I am unmuted. Push the button.
Are we on
For-
TV?
I hope so.
Hi.
I'd like to point out that Alden should canonically be a soup-powered fuck machine.
No.
Welcome to D&D
No.
Galactic, where the points,
No.
everything's made up and the points don't matter. This is just how we start. This is how we
That's
start.
assuming anybody would let Alton fuck them.
So that's to be determined. Leanie's in the car.
Well, I mean, obviously, what's her name? The druid. The
Leanie's in
Leanie.
the car.
Leanie's in the car chick. Let him
If they're
do
liquored up, it
something.
doesn't count.
Do something.
Hang on. I had a joke, and then you guys all talked. over me.
I genuinely didn't realize there was a firing squad waiting to unleash on Harambe as soon as the camera started rolling. Shit.
I mean,
Damn.
that's how we roll, right?
Yeah.
He did it
That's how-
himself.
I played
It's
myself.
the shirt. It's the shirt. I can't help it. I want to hate it.
What is this meme? You sent me a meme.
What does garlic do when it
Uh.
gets too hot? It takes all its cloves off.
Same thing that happens to everything else.
Oh, did you just X-Men this? God
Yeah.
damn it.
Maybe.
Wondrous.
Oh, I hate everything. Hi, Internet. I'm Raytog. These are my friends. We played D&D in space. Yeah. Was there?
Well, technically, we play D&D on Earth.
We
but it
did play
takes
D&D
place
on
in
Earth, but
space.
it is set in space.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people in the chat. I can tell that 4 of them are real people. The rest are probably bots. But whether or not you're a bot, hi. There's going to be D&D here. As long as you don't try to sell. No, so that is one thing I do have to say before we get started and on air, because I've reached, as a DM and as a streamer, I have reached a pinnacle that everyone has heard about, but few I know are actually have achieved. In the mail, in my emails today, I got an opportunity to make money hawking Raid Shadow Legends.
No,
That's
you didn't.
fantastic! Oh my god!
You
This
need
is
to do
almost
it.
like a plug for Raid Shadow
Almost.
Legends.
Almost.
You can play it on your PC or your phone.
See, I could have just taken the money and just let you guys do it. But on an unrelated note, don't play that worthless fucking garbage game. Don't ever give them money, ever.
It's
Get
fun
out of
for
my
about
emails.
5 seconds.
Get out of my emails forever.
Now, if you enjoy that kind of game, cool, play Raid Shadow Legends. Do not give them money.
Do not give them money. That's fair.
Kids, don't do a capitalism. It's bad.
Hey,
Okay.
Scarlet Bot is
so
approved in my
My
chat.
stream is very laggy.
Very laggy. Mine looks
Yeah,
like it's
but
fine.
I also am running lots of things, so I don't know how it looks on your end.
My frame per second is listed as good. Frames missed due to lag is 2 out of like 51,000. So I think I'm okay.
The burn zone.
If anyone else is experiencing lag or whatever, let me know and we'll fuck around.
I
We'll
watched
find out.
your video.
We'll
on
find
the-
out, too.
burn zone.
Oh shit!
The burn zone. Beautiful.
I look at one screen, and I turn, and I see a great thing, and wow.
I was
You
doing
come
other
back
stuff.
and then they just got you.
I couldn't
right
get
there.
it as fast as
Yeah.
I wanted to.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna challenge your editing skills.
We never get it as fast as we wanted to.
Not in
I
this
get
show.
it.
True.
Not in
No.
this show. How many months have we been doing this? It's never as fast as we wanted to. So, ladies and gentlemen, how much do you remember of the last game we played? Despite the fact that I just had a last time on Dragon Ball Z slate up for 10 minutes. How much do y'all remember?
Whoa. We.
That's what I wanted.
Found a secret tunnel. Yeah, for
Secret
sure.
Tunnel. Yep.
Drow?
Secret
Drow.
tunnel. Drow bad.
Yeah, Drow
Alden
are always
kicked
Something,
ass
something,
on investigation rolls.
Something mimic.
Mimic
Oh, yeah,
with a gun.
Tatsu's a fan of tentacles.
Yep.
Who isn't?
Still there.
Come on.
Still there. Had that one ready to go. Just in
Yeah,
the pipe.
I would like to point out that Huron does normal softcore porn.
Nobody believes that.
So
Nobody
the
believes that
plumber
he's
comes
too
over
socially
to
awkward.
fix the sink and then lay some pipe too while he's there. Is
Well,
that
that's
what
the
you're
best
saying?
way.
Because he's an artificer.
That's the best way because he's socially awkward. So that's why it's softcore.
So it's you saying that he sells internet videos of him holding hands with other people. Is that what this is?
I didn't say anything of the sort.
He did suggest it highly, though.
So, last time on D&D Galactic, you guys were in.
Last time on D&DG.
I tried to kick that around for a while, and it just sounded bad rolling off the tongue. So it doesn't abbreviate enough syllables properly for my tastes.
You need to roll your tongue a little better for it to roll better.
I haven't had to do enough dwarven accents to do that.
I thought Mizooie's head just go right up.
I was gonna say something and then I didn't, and it's for the best.
It's for the
You wanna
best.
Say it. Say
Oh,
it. Do
I use
it.
that
You're live
I
on the
use
internet.
the front of the mouth trill to make that noise. That's
And
what I
with
hear.
that, we get back into our game.
Yeah, I'm fairly good with my tongue. I mean,
Alright.
nothing.
Come on. Do the thing, roll 20. I believe in you. You can
Secret
do it.
tunnel.
There it
Cunning
is.
nickname.
Of course he can do that with his tongue. He's a cunning linguist.
Cunning linguist, yep.
Cunning.
In the very early 2000s, that was just like a maze of tunnel dungeon thing, and when it's
That's
speed,
where you
and
were.
Yeah.
that was like,
You
that's
guys.
that's what that looks like to me.
I went through several boxes. I took French.
It may be.
Hey, who has two thumbs, speaks limited French, and only cried twice today?
Oh, I didn't cry
Hey.
twice.
Hey!
Just limited-
I didn't think I'd
limited
be included on things.
Limited French. 5
Right.
years of 5 years of French. I speak very little of it.
I know 2 full
Duolingo.
sentences.
Goddamn owl.
Bringing it down.
Okay.
You guys.
Great. Really
are.
bringing the mood down.
That's what I do. That's literally my job. The party.
Keep us Yahoos on track.
I mean, the longer you take, the less work I have to do, so it kind of evens out. The party, for those of you who are not up to date, has landed on the orcish jungle planet of Thrak to deal with something that happened to them right when they began their adventures together. Long, long ago, when they first started, there was a experimental battery stolen. They did some adventures, forgot about it, doing lots of other things, and came into their own as adventurers, and eventually was given a task to go to the jungle planet of Thrak, where that battery seemed to be being put to ill use. There is a specific clan of orcs that have decided to rebel against the ruling council of 9, specifically their own head of state, as it were, in the greater galactic environment, and they have taken this experimental battery and apparently put it to use on some kind of weapon that has the ability to cause untold destruction. There have been words spoken about rips in dimensional tears. There's been signs that a builder's old enemy, creatures from beyond this system, might have a hand in it, whatever that might be. They haven't really figured out what those things are or how any of it's connected, but the sprinkling of little salts of plot devices have been have been administered, and as of now, our crew made it all the way through the jungle, all the way through landing in drop pods, fighting their way through bases, taming dinosaurs, blowing the fuck out of everything, and they decided to besiege the castle where this battery is stored and this weapon is being produced by going through an old drow base that once was here to keep tabs on orcs. And they assume there's a secret entrance to get into the Black Rock Foundry. And, lo and behold, they have explored a drow base, tangled with a mimic. Alton, I think, burned his fucking toe off. They found a few magic items, and then
Couple.
did manage to find said secret tunnel that may or may not lead into the Black Rock Foundry, where maybe some of their questions would be answered. Regardless.
I would like to point out in your recap that oh god, I almost used the wrong character's name. Who am I playing?
Fee. It's Fee.
Thanks. That Fee, because then I was like Lyletta, which is like also, but still not the right. Anyway, so
Yep.
Fee
That gets
also
complex.
pissed off a god on purpose. You know,
Well, that was just last episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, last episode, picked a fight with the god on purpose because that's what her goddess would want. So
And you picked the best god to pick a fight with, too. Raytog will remember that. Scrolls at the top of your screen.
Yeah. You know, I'm pretty sure Lothal will hear about that later, you know? That's all. Probably the cleric that used the thing is gonna tell Mommy about it later, like very Draco Malfoy moment.
You know,
Mom will hear about this.
if they're still alive.
Get
Just
it?
basi-
Because that's canon lore that it's Mom. Ha ha!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's technically right. So all of you stand with your Hell Knight companion, who is still here, a centaur, Chiron, before a door that seems to lead into a very different looking kind of area. A very, you've been in a place that almost seems palatial, very drow, very home away from home. On this hostile jungle planet, a little dark place where a drow could feel like they might even be in their own little dark keeps. This is more like a tunnel. This is very not poorly, but worked stone that isn't reinforced. It looks like a cave. And you stand before an open door after, I believe it was Haran tapped in yon password.
Yes.
The door is open. What do you do?
I have an actual game question before I
Okay, yeah, hit me.
continue. How long does our poison effect last?
Your poison effect.
You got hit with the drow poison
At
when we
the
were trying to
front
break into the
of
place.
the door.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say that poison effect has just now begun to wear off.
Okay.
I'm gonna say everybody who has been afflicted by the poison status from the door trap, starting to feel a little bit better. Enough time has passed. I'm gonna say probably by hour change, something like that.
Sure.
Cool. So remove status effects from people.
Oh my gosh. If you right click your character, you can just open up your character sheet by right clicking on your token these days.
Isn't that neat?
Was that
Fancy.
the new update that just happened?
Mm-hmm.
It's part of it.
Roll20 been busy while we've been playing.
Love
Nice.
that. Love that for us.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Once again, I ask. Party, what do you do?
I would like to take a slow trek into this cave. And I would like to make a perception check to see if I can find any traps in the cave waiting for us.
Excellent traps. Nobody would have thought of that. Go ahead and roll me on perception check.
6 driders come rushing out of the tunnel.
15.
Blow up the tunnel.
Oh dear Lord, no.
It's the only way to be sure.
Well, I don't have fire, so.
I do. Thum.
That's true.
That's not
You-
fire so much as explosive.
It still functions just fine. You've rolled a 15. What are you looking for exactly? Just traps generically?
Yes, traps generically.
It looks like this is this kind of one of those areas that would be a little more difficult to set subtle traps. When you're in a more worked area, as the rogue of your nature, you have seen all manner of traps, and it's easier to hide things in. God damn it, Matt. Keep that one. Use it later.
Oh, I plan to.
That's what happens when I take a shot before we start game. Exposition. It's easier to set traps in worked areas, like where you can disguise it in like floor tiles or bricks in the wall or something that would blend in with everything else. When it's a natural stone cave, that's a little bit harder. And you look around, you take the time, and you don't think you see anything resembling a trap. The floor is it's stone, it's dry, it's mostly flat, but it's like a mishmash of like chunked up stone. It looks like in the bit of hallway you can see, it does actually go up in increments. Each one of those little lines there, that it's a little step. It's about a 5-foot step going up. So that would actually, with your perception check, you would get that would track. I have a cat that is trying to sit on the power button to my wife's computer because she's a fucking goblin. Number 1 goblin right here.
Fair.
Yeah, boy.
Harambe, no.
Whoa!
I've already told her no boys forever. Never. But since you know that the base is below the keep, the fact that it starts going upwards does actually line up with the idea of, okay, this might actually lead in the direction that you wanted to go. This might actually get you into the Blackrock Foundry. But
Okay.
so you get all that with a perception check, but as far as traps, you don't think so.
Okay. I say to everyone, this looks like it might be the path to where we want to go. I don't think there's any traps, but we should still be careful just on the off chance I'm dumb and can't see anything.
I'll go first then.
Very well, Builder.
And here we go. This is where I have to move the camera with you guys.
Mistrust of Drow building pathways through everything has slightly crept up on Alden. He's not convinced there
Slightly.
are traps. He's not convinced there are traps. Well, he's not convinced there are traps, but he's not convinced there's not traps either.
He's an
He's just like-
indecisive fool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Builder, you don't need a perception check for this. You're a little further. You get to the first little thing. Again, nothing terrible happens, no traps go off, nothing like that. But you do hear something very faint down the hall, quickly becoming not so faint as you go forward. You take a second trying to figure out what that is. Water? Probably water.
feel the rust coming on.
Would you? Do you want me to send Kilowatt?
Did you bring your industrial lubricant?
I'm always packing it.
Yeah, you are.
He's just gonna Builder just becomes Bender.
Wait, does this mean we're going to bend a door that's made of wood?
No.
He's already done it. He's already bent things. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I don't weld things. That's my cousin, Bonder.
Did you want me to send Kilowatt ahead to see what's the noises?
If you want to. I mean, it sounds pretty evident. Some liquid. Sounds like an underground spring of some kind.
Okay.
So to do
I
that,
would bring
I'm
up
going
the
to
GPS
once more, because we didn't actually paste Kilowatts into the frame. So there's going to be a gigantic Kilowatt appearing for just a second until I resize him properly. I'll put him in the
Just
room
if he's
behind you.
Close to the camera, you know, it's like he's
Bonk.
just,
He's
Can
a
he fly? Way
large-sized
up
creature temporarily. Hold,
Fantastic.
please. Alright. Alright,
That
there he
is
is.
that is a good point. Does anybody else smell anything? Because I don't.
yeah. Do I smell anything?
Is it a sewer as opposed to?
I'm not
fresh
even
water?
going to require a perception check for this one because this isn't something that you could get a better or worse result on. It smells damp, earth, stone. You don't, if you're looking for the scent of like sewage or something like that, no, not particularly. Because y'all have been in sewers and sewage before. This is not it.
Please to avoid that.
Kilowatt rounds the corner and sees some shit.
What does he?
Uh-huh. You can relay it if you want to, because I know that the people on the stream can see it, but the other players who haven't rounded to the corner, they can't see it.
Okay. Is this just what I see right here?
It is exactly what you see right here.
Cool. Okay. It looks like there's a large chasm with a small wooden bridge and a water on the other side. Waterfall and a kind of like a underground stream.
Great.
But we don't have to go in. We don't have to go in the water. That is not a necessity.
Not the water I'm worried about. You
It's the
described a
bridge.
small wooden bridge. That
Yeah.
doesn't...
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move up then.
Yeah, we're clear up until then.
Are these just essentially steps here, or do they require actual climbing?
They do not, well, so they do not require checks for climbing, but they're like 5-foot things. So they're like for a medium-sized creature, so not Alton. For a medium-sized creature, they're almost like chest level. Like you have to like get up but it's not difficult enough that you need a check to do it, but you are going up. And then you are going up again. There's a sense of the entire cave slowly arcing in an upward.
Builder would stop and help anybody that needed it. By the way.
Yay!
I have an
He's helping
NPC
out.
to come with. Right?
You don't need help.
I am a small bean. Help
That
is
is re-
appreciated.
That is very accurate and agile. You don't need help.
I punt Alton across the chasm.
Give me a strength
I mean-
check with advantage because it's funny. No, you can't help. See, that was a joke.
It's a 21 to get Alton across the chasm.
So, this is stupid, and I'm not going to stop it.
Alton could probably stop it.
That's not me.
I'm having an internal debate, and I just need a coin to flip here.
This
You know
is
what, I'll use bottle cap.
quickly
Sitting on the
turning into
platform.
like, okay, so on one hand, this sucks for me. On the other hand, fastball special.
Yeah, well, let's do the fastball special.
God damn it, Matt.
That's gonna be so good all the time. I love it.
All right, so
Till he starts losing
Tatsu
inspiration,
walks
and he'll
past Alton
stop.
and picks him up and goes to the edge and
good.
just fucking.
Ron
Yeet.
doesn't stop this. Ron doesn't stop it. Nope.
Builder
and just
goes.
fucking chucks him like here into the water.
The only thing that you hear from Builder is,
Is no, wait.
Ah, yes, very, very Wonka on the paddle boat.
yeah, that's the mentality you're getting from Builder. Right
5, 10, 15.
You threw the halfling, sir.
25,
You
30.
lose.
You gotta throw him at least 30 feet.
You've all become very comfortable with this, and that concerns me.
Hey, I'm the one getting,
if it
getting
was-
tossed like a rag doll.
If it was anybody else,
15 minutes with him.
if it was anybody else, we would have problems.
So the short version.
Yeah, sure.
Alton, Alton, I'm gonna have you make me a check, but it's not a bad thing. So you are. I'm gonna say that the check has happened, the throw has happened because this is stupid, and I'm going with it. You haven't fallen or anything, but you are in midair. I'm gonna say you're about here right now, just to keep the tension up, right?
Huh?
You're in midair. Give me a perception check. That's cool.
Nice.
As you're flying, you notice, oh, there's an extra thing up to the north there.
Oh. Oh boy, I
you
see another
fly-
pathway.
You don't say any of that because
You
you,
don't say
hit
shit.
about right. So you hit here. What I want to illustrate about this is sheer rock that is sharply curving down. So almost completely to the other side. So Alton, again, I'm going to need you to give me whatever you are best with. Either acrobatics, athletics, either one. Your choice. And you definitely cleared the threshold there. So you land there, kind of rough, but you land. And you manage to scurry up to this point here. And you are back under your own control.
Alright.
Tatsu legitimately hucked you that far.
My only regret is that you didn't hand him a rope first.
Why would I do that?
I can shoot a rope over to him.
So,
How
What do you-
rickety does this bridge look?
Perception check. Or investigation. That would be investigation. I mean, it looks fine.
Like from Golden Gate to
That one bridge in Pittsburgh.
Temple of Doom, how rickety is this bridge?
No, you know the bridge.
It looks fine.
That one that's always breaking.
Oh, the one that collapsed last year?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
the Fern Hollow? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say this in the exact same words enough time, but it looks fine.
I've seen
Bless you.
Pitch Black. I know what that fucking means.
Somebody's picking up on my references. Good.
Before.
How's it look? Looks clear. How's it look now? Looks clear.
Yep.
Before anybody else goes across, or perhaps maybe it should be we should get across quickly. Does anybody else see the glowing down in the chasm?
yeah, I noticed that while I was flying.
I can't decide if we should hurry across or if we should leave Alton at the dry. Although, if anybody should be hung out to dry, I think it should be Tatsu for kicking Elton across the chasm.
It's probably fine.
Oh, don't act like you didn't love it.
Galactic, please. Thank you very much.
Whatever we decide, I'll be last. I think of everyone here, aside from maybe Chiron, I think that I am probably the heaviest and thus the most dangerous person across this whole bridge.
Right there.
I mean,
I'll
we're
cross that.
going across one way or the other, right? Yeah. One at a time, for sure.
Around one nit. Around here.
He tried. He
Tried.
tried to jump.
Zippity-bidoo.
Still on the rock. Still on the rock. Oh, somehow all the way across. Wow.
Oh, wow. Around there. You, as a dwarf, know a lot more about stability than most. You motherfucker! If you had inspiration, it's gone. It's gone. Take it.
Yeah. I don't ever have inspiration anymore.
It's because you fucking use it because you're smart. You know more about stability than, at least the creation of it, than most. This is not. This is a wooden bridge that is okay as far as stability goes. It does have posts that go all the way down into you can't see what.
Fair. Oh, want to bet?
Sploosh.
7 seconds. Fuck me. All right.
That's pretty deep
So
down
thanks.
there.
What'd you
Well,
drop?
for Huron,
7
yes.
seconds.
Was it one of those?
My-
One of those
Yeah, the
bolts?
lit. Yeah. I mean, after 7 seconds, I can't. After like 2 seconds, I can't see it anymore. But
There's light falls and falls and gets very dim. And there is a sound of it hitting water. It's kind of hard to hear, but you're looking for it.
So, Dr. Pepper.
There's a ripple in the water caused by the light, and then the light quickly dims unto nothing as it submerges.
It's real deep. Bridge is kind of stable, but it's real deep.
So in other words,
No, no other words. That is what I said.
no. We should probably
No,
have a
that's
backup
what I
plan
said.
prepared.
I mean, do my words mean something else in your language?
No. We should just have a backup
Okay.
plan just in case the bridge falls out.
So I said it was stable, but it's deep, and you take that to mean it's not stable. So you don't trust me. All right.
No, I trust
to
you.
know.
I don't trust the bridge.
Okay.
There's a low noise.
There's something in here though. I would hurry it up.
I would maybe be quiet.
Can I move across the bridge now?
You can continue to move across the bridge.
I can't move
and
across
you-
the bridge
Why not?
because you have me locked.
Shouldn't have you locked. Let's see if I fix
I
it.
don't know. I can't move me.
Um,
And the panic
So Haran
sets
gets
in.
stuck in the middle of the bridge. It's
That seems to be the
oh,
case.
that would be
Foot.
great.
Wedge
That would
between
be.
a
And
board.
yeah,
Represents
one of the boards was
character.
wet.
That should be. Yeah, that should be you.
Not
Because
like-
you moved it. You moved it before.
Yeah, when you moved it back and not
Right.
letting me move it now.
I didn't lock you.
I
I'll
don't know.
move you across.
It's okay. It's not letting me move it. I don't know.
Weird.
I
Attempt
can
to
still move
refresh.
kilowatt.
Attempt to refresh your browser,
Yeah.
and if that doesn't work, we'll actually do some tech support on it and figure it out. But you made it across the bridge. Nothing bad
Cool.
happened except there was a noise.
Yeah. There's probably something in the cave.
Okay.
I will then start supposedly yelling across to them. I will talk to the communicator. Go. I would be quiet.
And Fee, Don't you do this to me. It'll be so fun. Fee, as someone who has dealt with the Underdark a lot, you have never been in a group in a cave system that has made more noise ever in all of your years.
Great, love that.
Everything in the dark uses sound to hunt.
Maybe somebody should have probably told us this before we started yelling across chasms.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Saying, hey, does anybody else feel like maybe there's something bad in here? Was just the sign to like start yelling and chucking and.
Yeah, because I mean, we're adventurers and we don't take hints very well. Should probably just
Have you not been present during the past few months? There's always something bad around.
Translation: we're stupid.
Apparently.
That too.
We don't know everything you know, so tell us. Just tell us.
Hey, this appears to be a drow cave and or cave system underneath the drow base. I would say it's probably full of monsters that can hunt by hearing instead of sight because it's dark.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the information. I will take that into account.
That perhaps could see better in the dark than you all can.
Episode title: Communication Skills.
Yes.
Oh boy, I should have safety concerns. All right.
You should
To be
always have
fair, I don't know how quiet I physically can be.
Chiron, I would hate to be insulting.
No, she wouldn't.
But given again, we're standing right now. Yeah. Given the angered noises that we are hearing, is there a way to muffle your footsteps?
Not particularly.
And with that, the Hell Knight just starts going across the bridge. Slow. But he is a centaur, so the noise happens. Partway through, there is the sound of one single board snapping. Karen stops, repositions their feet, takes a minute, and then resumes walking. And makes it on the other side. Fuck.
Yisana, you should go next.
So, she starts making her way across. Yusana's a pretty small build person.
Mm-hmm.
Wraith-like.
Even. The bridge definitely feels a little bit sketchy, but as you make your way across, it's kind of easy to identify where the problem areas would be, and you do make it across without much of an issue. Except you definitely feel uncomfortable.
Tatsu, I think you should go next.
I'm gonna ready a rope.
I will go.
Give one into Chiron, and then ready the other end in my arm, so I can shoot it if something happens.
You have a flying robot.
Which can't carry anything.
It's a teeny tiny robot.
Thought I could do that.
No.
Kilowatt.
Do you like the size of a fist? I think
Kilowatt is about a little flying frisbee, essentially. It's basically like an actual real life drone.
Yeah.
In size and
I
weight.
want to say just in preparation for whatever may or may not happen. I'm gonna go ahead and stow the great axe, the orcish great axe. I'm gonna have my sword ready and the shield, just in case my armor class should be higher.
No reason at all.
Nope.
None.
Faye, you go first.
Karen takes the rope and kind of wraps it around the arm just to, in case they need to
Yep.
pull on something
Thank
real
you.
fast.
I thought it would be best to keep a healer on each side of the chasm.
I agree with that thought. It is a smart idea, but the truth is, if it's going to break, it's going to happen with Tatsu or I. So I'd rather you safely across than stuck on one side versus the other.
Well, I don't have to argue. I don't feel the need to argue. I've already been suspended over a chasm once this adventure.
Correct.
Around the midpoint, you see where the other people ran into trouble. He is a breed of elf that has natural advantages, weird things about being able to walk on top of snow like fucking Orlando Bloom. But
What do your elf eyes see?
More than your eyes see.
Shut up!
Not as much as
That was
my eyes
mean.
see.
gonna have to be a toss me joke at some point.
I'm not making that joke. I'm the dwarf.
There's been this one specific board that almost gets everybody because it looks like it's stable, and as soon as you step on it, there's a distinct creak. No checks required, but you note it, and you can pass through to the other side.
All right. I was checking to see if I had anything that would be useful. What kind of rope are you using, Hurrah?
It's not elvish.
The strong kind.
Rope.
The strong kind. The good kind. For climbing, I assume.
No, it's dwarven rope. It's better.
So it's rated for like 3 people at the same time?
It's rated for a lot of people at the same time. We're stock here.
Wonderful. Just checking. If we're relying on it to get our friends across, I just,
I'm just enjoying all of this.
You guys, the bridge is fine.
Some of the boards are a little worse for wear, but the bridge itself is fine.
There's lots of water spray. It's probably got lots of water damage.
What's in the chasm? Just.
Yeah. It's a good
I mean,
question,
I have
isn't it?
dark vision.
You do.
I was gonna say, what do your dwarf eyes see?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
You can see exactly what the map shows you. Because 7 seconds of drop.
I have an extra question.
Okay.
I can see up to 300 feet in the dark.
You can.
Do I see any additional depth through the chasm?
No.
Maybe, bro.
Under 2 minutes. You need to be an editor at my work, man. You'd hate it, but you'd be good.
When things would get done, how would you function if things got done at work?
The best part is, I'm doing this for all of you guys. I'm annoying him enough to where when this finally attacks, it's me and not you.
You have a plan, do
A
you?
true tank through and through.
You know what? I was gonna say something, but I'll wait till the session's over.
Excellent. I have a very short memory.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
4 on one side and 3 on the other. Kilowatt
There's a bad
obviously
board in the
can
middle.
just do right
Look,
over.
yeah.
Also, can you move your token again?
'Cause
Also, can you move your token again? 'Cause 7 seconds of drop.
I have an extra question. 'Cause 7 seconds of drop. 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 '
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Tatsu, I think you should go. You're more dexterous than I am. If it goes, you'll have the better chance.
Mid sneeze. Bless you.
Very well. Swear, polyps from
Mm-hmm. And roundabout at the middle is the same damn board. Tatsu puts their foot on it. There's a considerable creak. I will say either... I would say once again either acrobatics or athletics, whichever your choice.
Shoot. Wait. Where is it? Where is it? It's blocked from view.
8. A +5 brings it to an 8. There is a...
I think I kicked a programmer in a past life, and now every digital dice roller just fucking hates me.
Well,
You did great with the irrelevant tossing Alton across the thing for the
Oh yeah,
joke.
that didn't matter.
That's true.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Over the comms. Bill
Yeah, because I
says-
secretly wanted him to fall.
Haran, get your rope ready, please.
So there is Tatsu goes starts walking
I'm sorry,
across.
Harambe, I was joking, I swear.
Oh no, no, I know. I'm just, I have some words for later. Nothing
Excellent.
directed at any one person in
Excellent.
particular. Just
Go.
words.
So
Okay. What
Tatsu
happens?
does not. When the board starts to bend, Tatsu does not pull their foot away quite fast enough. But on the other side of this bridge, there are obvious and considerable handrails. The board absolutely breaks, and Tatsu is able to catch themselves. But you do see the pieces of the board.
I swear he wasn't supposed to be this big of a bumbling oaf.
But
It
where would the
happened
charm be if
organically.
it wasn't?
Yeah. See, that's why light dice work. Failures are far more interesting. And it is a trivial task to Tatsu has to spend a minute getting their foot on the upper side of the bridge again, doing some ankle twisting to do it, but they can cross the bridge the rest of the way.
Fee, as that board falls,
Uh-huh.
Fee slaps her hand out onto Haran, probably harder than really was needed, but in that like kind of panicked moment, right? And you just hear her mumble, "Lady Silverhair, give us speed, give us your divine speed." And
Aww.
should we end up in combat, you'll have advantage on your next initiative roll. She's like, "Oh God, you better go fast if something happens, rope boy."
Rope boy.
Rope boy.
So
that is the most drow thing to say in this moment.
So
Rope
I would,
boy.
Old
DM, I would
habits.
like to point out something that I've been not doing for a while.
All right.
That it probably would have helped for a little bit. So I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Okay, that's fancy.
Yeah.
What do you
I-
know?
Yeah, man, that
Getting
could have helped a lot of times.
Yeah.
What do you know? It's the D&D curse. You will always have at least one ability. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. It's this. It doesn't matter what edition you play. That's just part of the game. All right.
BTM, I stood over my ghoul who was dying, completely forgetting all they need.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right. Last one.
Tatsu makes it across. Builder, it's you and little Kilowatt hanging out. Robots on the side of the bridge.
Robot's been following each person.
Mm-hmm. You get in the cam feed so you can sell it when someone falls.
No.
Oh, good.
it's not ideal given with the grumbling, but with the hole now in the bridge, Fee's just going to put four little glowing red lights across the bottom. Of
Oh, like as like warning things. That's
well,
smart.
yeah. So they'll glow across the wood, so that way Builder has a better chance of seeing where the hole is. And then red
Excellent.
light doesn't necessarily damage your night vision, so hopefully it doesn't piss anything in the cave off too bad, because it doesn't inherently burn your eyes the way a white light or anything would.
Cool. Continue.
I don't like that! I don't like that! I was hoping. I didn't want you to fall in.
Continue.
Thanks, V. I appreciate the illumination. I'm gonna take this really slow because I
Okay.
doubt that this is
Kilowatt
rated for me.
Kilowatt just attaches himself to you.
Excellent. Okay, so since you're taking yourself very slow, and you have Kilowatt there, and everybody's there to help you, your way is also lit. So I'm going to have you make the same test I gave Tatsu, either acrobatics or athletics. But in this particular situation, since there's so much help there, you're going to have advantage on the roll.
Oh, glad.
Goodness,
Thank God.
yeah.
Real good.
Thank God.
Real good.
Real slow.
So so 2, 3.
Crunch.
The crunch actually does occur to the point where you find, there's where that board fell. You step over it and you step right on the next one, and then the noise happens. And handrails. Slowly lean back. With the handrails, you can step over it a little bit more. Next board. It's good. And Builder makes it across the rest of the way.
We gotta leave it up to Drow engineering. I think I weigh like 1.5 tons, so that's pretty good.
Told you it was stable.
I didn't tell you.
I know.
As the whole thing immediately just turns to dust.
That wasn't for your benefit.
But we still had the rope prepared as a backup plan.
Who had the rope prepared as a backup plan?
Ay. I thought bark skin was supposed to be temporary.
Okay.
Let's not have this
That's
argument.
actually a proper D&D burn. So you are in consideration for inspiration for that one. I'm gonna say that one was pretty good.
Oh, I've got 150 or 149
Oh
more.
right, you got that fucking book. You know, you spent
The deck of
money
many
on it.
insults.
If
I could multi-class into bard.
If he goes bard, it's gonna get good.
Bad. It's gonna get bad.
I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it.
Me using Rakish Audacity ability, insulting the enemy to distract them.
Guys are level 4. I hate how the multi-class. I'm running the multi-class through my head, and it actually works out really well. Anyways, besides that, you guys are in a cave on the correct side of a bridge now.
So, while I was flying across the chasm, I noticed an Alton points over towards this area over here. I noticed what appears to be another part of the cave system we might be able to get to. Did I notice that it was covered in like webs, or what appears to be webs?
You do.
Okay. It was covered in webs, and I have serious concerns about that.
Then let's not go there. 'Cause I don't think we have to.
We might have to, we might not have to. I don't know. It looks like it kind of loops around, maybe?
Dude,
So we're gonna
there's
be
a ladder right there.
Yeah. Right here. It's a ladder.
Mm-hmm. From this
I don't see any
perspective,
reason to tempt the beasts that live here any
Yeah.
more than we already have.
And on top of that, We're not here to explore. We're here to stop anti-aircraft guns, anti-spaceship guns.
Yeah.
I would remind you all again that we should do our best to remain quiet.
Anyway, Alton, take the rope, go up the ladder. Quickly.
Alright. Alton goes up the ladder, cautiously.
As you go up the no, I'm fucking with you. Just keep going.
Thank you, Chiron.
Yep.
Chiron will put the rope back in his bag of holding.
Is that a set of stairs over here?
So
I don't
sort
know.
of not.
You're
really.
up there. We're
What-
not.
What you are seeing if you're going from player to DM asking questions, it seems to be there's a kind of wooden fence next to the drop off point, like a preventative. It's actually a safety rail, weirdly enough, and you see another set of steps, kind of like when you went into the cavern in the first place, periodically going up another 5 feet as it goes up and up and up and up further into the hill and in the mountain. You can
Okay.
assume underneath the Black Rock Foundry.
Alright. Alton says on comms, so far so good up here. I would like to make a perception check to kind of look for any potential traps in this area.
Go for it. It's a good roll. Same result as before. Worked stone, like unworked stone like this, it's a lot harder to hide traps. You don't think you see anything.
Alright. I don't see any traps at the moment, so it's safe to come on up for now.
You think you can see where the sound of the running water is coming from, though. There's another fall around the bend, but
Ooh, balls. Water slide.
I'll go up next.
okay.
Makes her way presumably safely. I didn't seem like the ladder was actually the feet the bridge was.
The ladder
going
just
to
goes
give
meow like a.
I'm going to give a rare self burn here. I see somewhere our village is missing its idiot.
Well, you know. That's
Hey, I'm just
okay.
saying, Alden thinks about the water slide potential here.
God damn it!
No,
But
they
realize
should
this
talk
Take
to
your
that,
damn
actually.
inspiration back if you
Not
lost one. Doing work. It's really interesting to see it. And you've never seen a centaur go up a ladder before.
Yeah, how does that work?
It works by the hands in Lucy, you're muted.
And why is he going before either of
Because everyone was taking a long time. Grabbing
what
the
is he doing in
rails.
that burn zone right now?
Front,
What's a little
it's sad.
Oh.
Front hooves on the rails, and the whole body is like kind of like in a straight. So there's like 6 limbs slowly working their way up. Like clearly done this before. Something that might have had to been learned skill for damn 2-legged creatures that make ladders. But the Hell Knight goes up without complaint.
Well, I'd say that it could support me then too. Always nice.
Everybody just heads up.
resume my place in the front, just in case.
As Alton reported. 5-foot steps heading upward. Safety rail, made out of the same kind of wood, the bridge. And you can see everything that you can see. Each 5-foot increment does mean that that cliff to your right-hand side is getting steeper and steeper as further up you go. Which is good for you. Up is where you want to go.
As long as nobody slips.
Don't jinx it, please.
I assume Kilowatt is actually just like floating over the edge just to...
Yeah.
Sorry? He's basically a drone.
Yeah. I can't cross the threshold of the bridge, but whatever. The handrail.
So there is actually a handrail thing. If you want
I
him
know.
on your side, let me know and I can drag him over.
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay.
Got a door up here, everybody.
Oh boy.
Looks like there's a gap. Hey, I think that door's locked.
You just try and open it from across the room. See, this is why I put in safety rails.
When I die, it's because of this bullshit, y'all.
Oh dear, that's why we all die.
So, when you get up and door, there's a little bit of a difference. You come into the little pool, and it looks like the water has been coming from some subterranean cavern under the thing. The door built into the wall isn't like the stuff from the rest of the drow thing. It's a big armored blast door, kind of a little more similar to the front door of the base. So heavily armored. Looks like it's tough to break down. And once again, there is a little device on the right side of the door.
What are the odds that code works here too?
We put it in.
How deep is this water?
Mm-hmm.
How does swimming work in D&D?
Yeah, with swim speed.
I walk by Alton again and
The last thing you said got cut off after walk by Alton again.
I walk by Alton again and pick him up again.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Again?
and he stopped and he's like, oh, rope.
Oh, yeah. Just
Harren,
Yes.
may I have the rope?
I mean, one of us could just swim across.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I said one of us could just, I don't know, swim across.
How fast is this current?
So, closer to where you are, not terribly fast. It does pick up speed as it approaches the falls, as water does. It is moving, but it's not like, we're not talking whitewater rapids. That stuff is closer to the bottom, after the first fall.
I mean, I could just.
This might come as a surprise to you all, but not really a swimmer.
Yeah, that's fair.
How far can you jump, Builder?
I can jump a ways.
Is that metric or imperial?
About 3 geese Canadian.
Yes, of course.
I'm going to take a sword or a dagger
Okay.
Grab it in my fist and launch my hand with the dagger pointed out with the
Okay.
and tie the rope to the end of the dagger.
Okay.
It just fired at the wall.
So, to be
I'm
clear,
embedding-
you're trying
going
to
to-
stab a metal knife into a stone wall.
I'm going to aim for a gap, but
Fair enough.
trying.
Since, I mean, it's plausible if you're looking for a gap and stuff. So that's going to be a straight attack roll, and you're using your battle fist. So I'm going to use that as the attack roll. So give me a straight up attack roll with your fist. Because it has the.
fist the door.
Wouldn't be the first
how-
time.
I mean, it looks like there's plenty of little lights along the way, but how dark is it in here?
It's drow comfy, so that's real good. I will also actually need you to roll damage on that too while I answer that question. It's drow comfy. It is not like actual pitch black. I would say it's dim lighting, but not like we're right at the edge of what would be. If it got any darker, it would actually be. We would get into mechanics where it's harder for some people to see.
Okay.
But we're not there yet.
Got it.
That's a lot of damage for a wall attack. So I'm going to say that your plan works exactly as you intended. So tell us what happens.
So attaches again, puts a dagger in his hand, attaches the rope to the dagger, fires his fist across, and it embeds right into the rock into a crack, so it'll stick.
Mm-hmm. It sticks.
Gives us a. I would send somebody light over first, like Alton.
Yay!
To try and
idea too, you know.
not throw him.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a shorter gap. I'd probably face plant into the door.
But this way,
Oh no!
Or this way, he
Heaven
can use the
forbid.
rope and then he can secure it better on the other side.
Yeah.
Just because I love that movie, Yasana gets inspiration. This time I'm actually keeping up with the beam chat.
Of course you are.
It's a stupid fucking rope. All right, Rambo.
Alright. I will swing across happily.
It's less swinging and it's more like kind of rope
Oh.
thing. So which-
Shimmy, Alton, shimmy for your life.
Shimmy.
So this is going to
I
be
will rope
less,
shimmy.
well, you know, acrobatics or athletics is still functioning. So give me that and get better than an 8, which should be easy for you, because this is a pretty solid. I'm so happy right now. Everything is
not.
going to be fine. Everything is going to be sploosh. there's just like, so Alton has done this shit before. This is something that Alton shouldn't have a problem with. So grab the rope, and you even do the whole like flip up and like get your ankles around it like you're supposed to, and like starts going over, and it's one of those like something happened. Either like there's a chunk of the rope that was wet, or your hand just like inexplicably slipped in a way that doesn't make sense. But you're like halfway out and above the thing, and sploosh, right about there, just voo, and it's a reverse cannonball. Your back stings a little bit, but no damage. And you're currently in the water. That is probably moving right now, probably about 5 feet per round. Where you're currently at, which is the slowest. It increases.
I'm going to try and swim towards the wall. And then swim up to here.
Okay. So that's one check. You're doing movement, which is going to require another check. Since this is in the water, acrobatics doesn't really fly. This is going to be more athletics because you're fighting against a current. That is significantly better. So Alton gets in and just there's a moment of panic, and then all of a sudden just like starts swimming, and it doesn't seem to be a problem. Not at all. Just goes right across.
Do that same Alton.
He just had to make it harder.
So that Alton can answer that question. Not that deep. You want to say like 15 feet at the most?
So
It's about 15 feet.
I have a question for you, Mr. DM.
This is my favorite.
If I like canonically, we've established weight like above a ton.
You weigh a bunch.
That's
I'm
that's
just
Are you
gonna walk
asking if
through
you
it.
can just Zelda metal boot your way through
Yeah,
this?
Yep, that's where I'm going. That's what I want to try and do. Just walk through.
Not only can you do that, you don't need a check because you don't breathe.
Yes, I don't. It's true.
Yeah.
So
Fuck out.
Builder just goes tink 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 tink.
I'll take the rope. I can hold it from here.
all right. I'll come.
Shit. All right. What was the password to the door?
Wait for Haran.
Oh, he's still all the way back
All
here
right.
because I wasn't moving him. Chiron
I'm gonna
will take
get
the
back
other
here.
side of the rope, and they'll be rope raced together.
It's I'll climb across. I don't care if I dip my toe. I don't need to shimmy like that. I can wait.
Everybody who wants to go across can. I'm just going to say either athletics or acrobatics. You need to beat an 8, but you are at a door. To answer this question, that might speed things up a little bit more. You're at the door. You see the little thing next to the door. There isn't a place in which to enter characters at all. It appears to be some kind of card scanner.
Son of.
Haran, I think you're gonna need to work your magic on this one.
Okay. I'll get to the. I'll work on that while everybody's getting across.
Yep. That's going to be, basically thieves' tools, which you
And
get
I
a bonus
will,
to.
Yeah. Now that I remembered.
Mhm.
Builder will just kind of hang out and make sure that if anybody does happen to fall in, he's there to anchor, literally.
Oh.
So. Ow.
I'm gonna use inspiration
Okay.
What about your +4 first?
and re-roll
The
that.
nat 1 is a
Oh,
nat
that's right.
1.
What?
But, okay, inspiration is
Oh,
used. So go for it.
So the
You can
wait.
use inspiration to re-roll a nat 1. That's fine.
that's the.
We've moved to Baldur's Gate rules, so inspiration is a re-roll.
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
Yeah. It's actually an
Speaking
effective
of
safety.
Baldur's Gate rules,
Oh,
So much better.
Alrighty then.
you went from a 1 to a 20. That is
Yeah.
statistically strange.
Isn't it, though?
Do I need the extra D4?
Actually,
Maybe it might
yes.
be a 30.
But sort
Okay.
of.
May as well roll it. If you can get a 31, that would be awesome. Let's do it.
Where's the dice? Oh, there it is.
D4.
Yep.
Excellent.
Oh, you got a 30.
30.
Hell
You
yeah.
got a 30. So this is going to take a little bit of explanation, so go ahead and get your salt shit ready. So you've dealt with drow shit before already.
Uh-huh.
You figured out the system, you know how to hack it, you know exactly how to deal with it. While you get into this, it's less of a how to phrase this properly. You go in looking for the way to open the door. And there are layers and layers upon layers of security and a network outside of this. You manage to get through most of those. But there is with a 20, this is basically turning what would be impossible into a partial success. So, this is some high-level hacking that you have to do, and you basically breach drow security measures with no fucking problems, which is a feat in and of itself. But you find that there is a very specific file that is required for this door to fucking open. I mean, essentially, you know that it's a key card that is needed by just the style, and it's essentially, like, there isn't, like, code that you can get around. It's code that is missing. And it needs that thing to latch onto to actually open all the way. So when you, like, looking through it to hack, just failure isn't an option here. You do manage to dig deeper into the system, and they find there's a little bit of a it's a pretty, since it's connected to servers on servers, you get that there's a little bit of a GPS locator situation here.
Okay.
And you find stuff that corresponds to the notes that you had before.
Yeah. Because I knew we were looking for a key card, but we didn't. Nobody said they found anything. So.
Exactly. So it's looking specifically for whatever that, in parentheses, Z is, Agent 4607.
Yeah.
And it does state last, like, when the user used that to log in, all of the people to log in, and nobody has actually activated this door in several years. So you can assume that this base has been effectively abandoned for several years. But there is a little GPS locator to determine where the cards are.
Okay.
There's a bunch listed. There's probably about 8 users that were permitted to go through this door by Drow security tech.
Okay.
It scans for each of them, and all of them except that 4607 comes up as signal not found, parentheses, key, destroyed or off-world.
Okay.
4607 says keycard found northeast. And it gives a number that you can assume is some system of measurement that isn't standard or dwarvish.
So,
But it doesn't look like it's
you think-
exceptionally huge, so it might actually be within the area that you're in now.
So with using the spatial awareness and knowledge of caves and things of that nature.
Especially because you have stone cunning.
Uh-huh. So that path that we saw a while back, a little bit ago.
Oh,
Prob-
that
spider
was
probably.
Sushi?
Probably. You're almost certainly
Fantastic. Love that. All right. I will stop anybody else from crossing this rope right now. Guys, stop. This requires that key card that we need, which might be in the geolocator tag on it. Says it might be in that path where the spider webs were.
Oh, leave it to a follower of law to give a spider a key card. What better way to hide something you don't want somebody to get?
and
Yeah.
because Kilowatt is right there at the proper angle to see it. Down the waterfall, since Kilowatt is just hovering in the air. You can't see. Oh, there's another path that heads that way around there-ish.
Yeah. But is that entrance on the same level as the path, or is that on the bottom with the water?
It's on the bottom with the water.
All right.
I don't suppose Kilowatt could do some sort of depth analysis on how deep the water at the bottom of the falls is. Could he?
I don't know, depth analysis, but you could fly to the bottom.
Looking over the edge, you can see the bottom.
It's
Like, if you're
it's
talking about the
relative-
water at the bottom of the falls right here,
Yeah.
you can see the bottom of it.
Is it
It's
shallow?
It's
though?
clear and pretty shallow. So if
Yeah.
there's a good chance if you decided to cannonball off of that, it might be catastrophic.
That's what I was asking about.
I know.
Well, it's a fast way down, but it's not a safe one, so I won't do
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sure.
I feel like
We're-
this little conundrum that we found ourselves
So-
in right here is probably an excellent point for everybody to take a minute, maybe think about what they want to do. And probably about break time, restroom break, water break.
Sure.
It's about that time of night.
Yeah.
So, whoever's watching, thank you all for hanging out with us. And we'll be back 10, 15 minutes. It's intermission
I already
time.
know what my idea is.
Oh,
Just
excellent. I can't
I'm
wait to
excited.
see. We'll find out in like 10 minutes.
We're all gonna die.
Next time on D&D Galactic.
Next time on D&DG.
this chart?
Who is it?
That's a great question.
Isana. Isana.
It's on.
Oh,
Because she's
What?
smart and thinks before she talks.
That's fair.
Overrated.
Sure.
I have a meme for this.
I'm sure you
I have
probably do.
about
Ner-
I have about 147 insults left to get through. So.
You're not going to make it through all of them tonight. Or maybe you
Oh
will.
no, absolutely not.
Or maybe you will.
Alright,
Are
are you
we
guys ready
live?
for my brilliant plan?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
here we fucking go again.
fucking-
Sorry, I meant hello, internet.
Yes.
Are you ready? Hey, DM, how is that ladder attached to the wall?
I mean, there's a ladder way down here. It is.
This ladder. Yeah.
It seems like it's secured. There are points where it is. There are ropes with like little pythons shoved into the stone that secure it like that, and it is secured at the top with hooks into the stone and also at the bottom. It is not
So I can
actually
cut the
built
ropes.
into the. It's not actually built into the stone because it's wood.
So we could cut the ropes off and then have ourselves a ladder, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
My thought about that though is like, what if we want to come back this way, or say have to come back this way in a moment of panic and hurry?
A rope? Especially if we're going down it quickly, sliding down the rope would be far faster than trying to clamber down a ladder. But I don't necessarily think we need to do anything that would necessarily permanently damage the ladder. I think it's more of a balancing act. It appeared to be more flat from across the far side of the water at the cavern end of the falls, where the bridge is. If we could cross the water there, we could stretch the ladder across and make a bridge. I mean, you guys would have to be standing near me to see this, but from the edge of the waterfall to the opening that we're trying to get to, we could perhaps put the ladder.
I vote for tying a rope to Alton and using it like a javelin. That was fun.
We can't let Alton... Have you seen the size of those spider webs? If you're going to go let Alton be carried away by a giant spider?
Maybe.
Mimics have more originality than you, Tatsu.
Perhaps
Also,
the webs will
I-
break his fall.
Additionally, I don't mean to
Just
volunteer
Slowly
others.
turns around and you can almost hear the grinding of gear. Says, "What did you say, little man?"
Last time I tried to make a joke, that's all.
And I don't mean to volunteer others, but I think that Yusana, aren't you with your new cloak far better suited to scaling these caverns than the rest of us?
What do you think I'm going to?
I think you could get across and hold the ladder steady, so that the rest of us could join you.
This is me looking at my -2 on strength.
That's a fair point.
With those noodle arms.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a little
I can-
gif of noodle arms and Yasana.
One of those inflatable.
Noodles.
What is it? The wacky flailing inflatable arm tomb bands.
Yep.
That's it.
So, at this point, Isana could climb over on her own. I'm all for installing the rope on the other side. But I don't trust Tatsu to throw me at this point, because I have slightly insulted the Dragonborn.
It just means I'm gonna throw you extra hard.
Yeah, I don't know why you insist on trying to insult people.
It's like
Trying.
reading some new book or something. Did he
I
find a
don't feel-
book in the trailblaze that we didn't realize?
No, I'm just, testing my hand at thinking about being a bard soon.
So you insult people that you're supposed to be allies with. That's smart.
Call me a comedian that is in
No,
poor taste.
I will not. Comedians are funny.
Indeed.
I would point out at this end of the reach anyway, there appears to be another dark cavern, and I'd be far more concerned about disturbing whatever is there, trying to get down to that level, than being able to stay far above the crevasse at the other entry.
That rope still attached between, over this little chasm?
No.
Oh.
There's a dagger in the wall if it needs to be reattached, though.
Oh. So do I just have to swim across?
You're still over there?
Yeah, everybody's still over there. There's still several people over there.
I would have helped you get across with me when I.
So I'm going to say this is just how this goes. Builder just walks across the bottom with his hands straight up above his head and just holding Alton out of the water. There's just two hands.
Thanks.
I'd rather yeet the child.
Somebody clip that,
Well,
please.
Well, I don't
This,
think anybody can throw you.
So
How
this,
else do we eat the child?
the elevation
builder might be
here
able to.
is-
Why is everyone so mean to Tatsu?
I'm
You did
14.
just outright throw somebody randomly.
I'm 12.
Okay, this
Tatsu is
tunnel
going to
on the
Carla
bottom.
jump.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
hold on. I'm gonna wait to ask this now.
Okay. So first off, I want to put this in. I want to understand what's going on. I'm going to explain the situation, and we'll see what happens. Right?
I got a meme for this.
Talking about Karlak jumping. Where is it that Tatsu is trying to jump? Click and hold on the map, and it'll ping it. Show me where you're trying to jump.
I'm sorry. Matt got me. I'm sorry.
That you're trying to jump here. Okay. So here's the information I'll give you to put that into perspective. Each of these little stairs that you've gone up is a 5-foot increment going up. So that means 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then you get to the ladder, and that's about another 30 feet. So that's 60 feet down. That's pretty far down. If Tatsu wants to do some goofy shit, I'm not gonna stop them. But if you're gonna be dumb, I want you to be informed about what you're doing beforehand. The rest is up to you.
the my leg got me.
Just stop!
Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I wanted to show the class, but we can't.
It's too bright.
It is too bright.
My mascara's gonna run. Stop!
That's good too.
Shit.
That's good too.
Yeah, I just happened to peek at the right time.
The gifts are on point. The gifts are on point.
This is so mean.
Is this...
So, pause. Gifts and jokes aside, what is Tatsu going to do? You can say nothing. That's fair. You can look over the edge, think about jumping, see that it's really far down, and choose to not.
How
Or
deep does the water look?
the water does not look particularly deep. 15
Okay,
feet.
then I'm not going to jump. I get it. Just stop.
Because that guy jumped into something that looks more than 15 feet deep. That's actually looking at that goofy Segway gif
All right.
is a pretty solid idea of like how far down you would be jumping. Probably no, it'd be a little more than that. It'd be a little like 20 feet more than that.
All right, so hold on. Okay,
And you were complaining about
Sonic-
Alton getting a firing squad. What the?
5. Fuck. We are too much.
How much, Yusana?
What?
Could you, if you had to, could you carry Alton down?
Question: if it's not very deep,
Well, I
can't
have
we
another.
just go down the ladder and
I-
wade through to the cave to the
I have
entrance?
another. I have another plan.
I go down the ladder and I
A
wade
safe-
through to the entrance.
I have a safer plan.
Tatsu is moving, but stay
Both are
safer
viable
plan.
options.
Could you carry Yasana? Could you carry Alton on your back while using the cloak to climb down? If so, I
Two
can get
reasons
everyone-
why that won't work.
Okay.
I can give away. One,
Okay.
probably not actually. As far as carrying another like full being, and secondarily, that cloak was just acquired. It does require attunement, and as I recall, you guys haven't rested at all since then.
I thought that Asana did have an hour to attune to it while we were still in the draw base.
Yeah.
Did we?
'Cause I also
okay.
picked up-
If I said that before, then I'm not going to retroactively say no. So okay, it's attuned. All good.
I also picked up a cloak, and we have not had the time for me to attune to mine.
So you okay? So you are both attuned. Cool. Established.
So-
Good. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Lucy, we lost your camera.
Fuck.
And everybody's in the world. Seamus, you're the DM now.
Cool.
All
So
right, Power.
you all get down safe.
Level us up, you fool! No!
It's already too late. It's already too late.
Failed.
So
Anyway, I could get 5 people down easily, but we're 1 extra.
so Tatsu actually is going to attempt wading through this. Water's a little fast, but it's not whitewater rapid style. You could probably do it. I'm gonna say in this particular situation, athletics check, but with advantage because of the situation that this is.
Neato, neato.
But for everyone else who's not athletic,
Mhm.
I can cast Featherfall, and we can jump.
That's the thing.
You're a bitch, Seamus. You're a fucking bitch. You could have.
I'll
You
go with
chose
that.
not to say that.
I mentioned I had a safer
Same thing
way,
for Builder.
and you decided on this path.
Same thing for Builder. 18? Yeah, you're there. Tatsu makes it to here. Builder also does.
Okay. Well then, if the rest of I can cast Featherfall on everybody else, and we can jump.
Alton, jump, I'll catch you.
Okay. First.
I
Let me-
was not
let me-
looking forward to going down that ladder, so thank
Okay.
you.
Yes. Give me a second. Let me cast the spell.
Nobody jump yet.
Do you want to ritual cast it so you don't burn a spell slot?
I can't ritual cast it. It's not a ritual.
I thought it, oh.
It's not
I guess that's
Baldur's
only
Gate.
Baldur's.
There are no artificers in Baldur's Gate.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be not fair. Never mind.
That's
Nexus
fair.
mods.
Yeah. It's not. It's literally not a ritual cast. So.
Oh, I thought it
Choose
was.
up to 5. Okay, so no, I'm going to. This is going to happen exactly the way the spell says, which is far more terrifying. Here's how this goes. Because the spell dictates specifically choose up to 5 falling creatures within range. That means you all have to go, okay, everybody,
Jump.
yee, jump, and in midair, you release the spell.
Yep.
All right, I'll do a flip.
Why?
Okay, now, so that's going to be canon, and I'm going to go into why that's going to be canon. So, first off, Who are you casting the spell on? Everybody up here. So yourself, Fee, Alton, Chiron, and Yasana. Okay. So everybody agrees to this plan, yes? Everybody is doing this? Okay. So everybody goes, and everybody gets. It's easy enough to climb over the rail, no check required, and you jump. I'll count 1, 2, 3. Who? Alton does a flip, or attempts to do a flip. Just for fun, give me an acrobatics check, but it's going to go weird no matter what happens. If you roll a 1, it's going to be extra funny. And
Roll a 1.
it's low, but it's not
10.
bad. So you all jump towards the area. Featherfall catches you, and you all glide down. The best part is Alton does a flip, and the fall is a lot longer than it normally would. So he just kind of do all the way down, because his downward motion is slowed, but his rotation is not slowed at all. So Alton gets a whole like amusement park ride on the way down.
Oh no! He should have like the Tony Hawk points.
Like the grind. So everybody, sans Kilowatt, who can fly his own damn self. I'm just going to move you all down here. You're technically, I'm going to put you in the water, but you won't be in the water. You will be right where you wanted to land.
Does Alton need to make a save about his dizziness from
I was
all the extra
going to
rotation?
say, like, if you really, really want to, that would be just like, give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you throw up after. Because
Would I get advantage
Chili
on that
Mac.
because you know
Nope. Because
Pirate?
it's Chili Mac.
Sea legs.
piracy doesn't necessarily involve amusement park rides that are designed to make you throw up. So no, just make me a Constitution saving throw, just for funsies. No mechanical problems, no matter what. Oh, so here's how this goes. Everybody, like, completely graceful, and you guys can move your tokens now. You've been adjusted. I'm gonna move the camera for the audience too. You're in the area, landed fine. Alton also jumps. His direction is still good, so he's not like landing in the water or anything stupid like that. But the rotation again, and he managed, because he is a rogue, to like finish his last spin and land right on his feet. There's a little like land. There's a little aha. And then Alton is, because this is a natural one, I'm going to slightly take control of your character here for comedic value.
All right.
He lands. There's a little ha that he landed perfectly good. 2 seconds pass. His eyes get a little big. He turns around and right into the water. If you guys were around for the frog incident, it's that. If you weren't, you know about it.
Oh, I know
What
about it.
incident?
You were there.
I hope that doesn't attract predators.
Next time, Alton, let's just be normal, shall we?
I'm also glad that I can't smell, because that chili mac doesn't look good twice.
Well, it doesn't taste good twice either.
It doesn't taste good once.
When you've eaten the questionable things that I have, Chili Mac is gourmet in comparison.
That's frightening.
Fucking everybody memeing the fuck out of me and making me look like goddamn Burton film.
Well, they got Harambe now too.
Well, it's really, puking gifts are just not as funny. I'm just saying.
No.
That one is.
Oh, yeah, that one's not bad.
I tried. I didn't want to get some of them.
Lucy, there's a reason why some women prefer waterproof makeup.
You get eye infections.
I've never gotten an eye infection from my waterproof makeup.
Well, I'm very unlucky with everything. So
No.
there.
So you've all landed.
Huzzah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking you were going to have him puke mid-spin, So
Ugh.
It would fall faster than him.
It would. As soon as it left. Never mind. We're not getting into those kind of mechanics. Because that's right, and we're not going into that. Not that.
I suggest
Not-
we burn these webs.
No, won't that attract whatever we're trying not to piss off?
Fee,
And
can you
make
tell how active they are? Like, are they fresh? Are they old?
Whoever wants to figure that question out, Builder, it's a good one. Investigations.
investigation
I
check.
want to leave this to the drow.
I'm
20.
pretty familiar with these kinds of things. I'll take a look.
Oh,
My 0 investigation will.
she has a 1. So it's the first one. You got
I got a
19?
19.
Yeah.
I got a dirty 20.
Yeah. So, all of you have been dungeon delving before. These are old. These are not fresh. Not even a little. Again, the reminders of, it's at least been a couple of years since the drow apparently pulled themselves from this thing. Doesn't look like whatever made this has been recent. It does look years old. Barely there. Like, very, like, droopy. Easy to, a tentative, because investigation is like you get in there and you mess with it a little bit, tentative little touch, and it just falls apart. It's less, super sticky, dangerous web, and more like that kind of a very heavy, irritating cobweb.
What's the verdict, Fee?
It's old. It's not fresh. I don't know that there's any beasties still crawling through these webs. I'd still burn it. I don't want it all over me, but I'm kind of averse to spiders.
Then follow me.
Aw,
I'm
you're
just
gonna break
start
the path.
Walking through.
He just
and making
he just
a
walks,
path.
and it's just like keeps breaking in front of a builder, and like several feet in, you can't see his face anymore, but he just keeps going. He's just like somebody walked through like 3 haunted houses of Halloween decorations. Doesn't
It's
impair
like that
vision.
It's like that giant skeleton that came out this last year.
Exactly. Don't talk shit on him.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying.
He's my friend. He lives down the road. We have a really cool neighbor. That's all I'm saying. You walk in front, and there doesn't seem to be any no mechanical penalties for stepping through the web. You feel like if we were in a combat situation, it would be slightly more difficult to fight through. So only the first person through the webs would be treated as having like difficult terrain sort of thing. But after it's broken, nothing.
Okay, then I will make a point to try and knock down as many of these as possible.
Okay.
The way is fairly clear.
Yep. And, as with all things in D&D, you find a fork in the road.
Is it clean? Or do we have to wash it?
There's water right back
You're
there.
right.
Huron, that key card you picked up a signal on, I don't
To the
suppose.
northeast.
Correct. Alright. The dumb thing to do would be to split up.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we're not doing that.
Doing that, yeah.
Okay, glad we're all on the same page.
Does this, from my vantage point, this kind of looks like a path more east? Does that look like a break?
So what you can see if you look to the north, you can tell that patch starts north, and then it looks like it curves east. And yes, they're both going east.
It looks like both paths have a way that heads to the direction that we would like to go. It's just a matter of preference.
This way.
Heads or tails?
Well, apparently Alton's going that way.
I don't trust him by himself. Let's go.
it's just such an exasperated robot.
And you can see
Like, I
the
don't
path
want
you were at
to.
before, so you can see where you were. That was the other waterfall there.
It's a little more narrow up here.
Oh, well, that don't bother me none.
That don't bother me none.
Hold up, everybody.
I can see with my robot eyes.
With your robot eyes.
What appears to be a big blue spider. Does it look like it's a live spider, or does it look like it's like the outer shell of like a spider that's molted?
Well, it's blue. It can't be all bad.
I enjoy just the way your mind's working, so that just pleases me. And let's find out. Perception check.
I lied. There's nothing up there.
No, you definitely see it, because it's there. Your vision is your vision. It's not like you just like suddenly go blind because you rolled a bad perception check. I don't roll D&D that way, but
So, to be fair, I see.
you just don't know the answer to your question. That's all.
I don't know. It could be a dead creature. It could be alive. It's not moving perceptibly to me.
Haran.
What? I didn't roll.
Oh! You had investigation before that. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody else, they the 12s. I don't know.
Here, let me look at the webs again.
I can't even see it.
So you don't need to roll another check. You're in it, so you look still very fine. Builder hasn't, like, you've been watching Builder in the front of the line. He hasn't like gotten stuck, or any strands haven't like seemed like they are particularly like stronger than any others, like they would caught and stick and pull. So you think still the same freshness, as in none.
Okay. Having come to the front with a 19, can I tell if the spider's alive?
From this distance, even drow. Mm-mm.
Can I?
Those things can hold still for days. You do know that.
Okay,
Oh.
Sophie is gonna so to say, hang on. If I scream, don't panic. Me and spiders were not friends.
Oh, good. I see Alton using the measure tool.
Yes, you do. V, wait. Can I sneak? Can I go into stealth? Kind of creep a little closer.
Yeah. Stealth check. Okay.
Can I hold my
Apparently
action?
you can.
You
I hold
certainly
that?
can. You certainly
He's
can.
gonna stand here holding her action. She's prepared to drop a flame on the spider.
Okay, so holding an action, the action that you're holding is casting a spell. Okay. What is the trigger for that to go off?
If the spider moves.
Okay.
The
Cool.
second it moves, let's see. Hold on. Yeah.
You just have it
that's
like
close enough.
loaded and ready to go. Okay, cool. All right. So Alton, you feel pretty stealthy. What's happening?
Do I get advantage if I were to hit it with my Vanguard rifle, or attempt to hit it, since I am in stealth?
I will tell you if you actually make the roll. Don't make the roll, but if you confirm that you are taking the shot, I will let you know whether or not.
Oh, I'm absolutely taking the shot.
If you are active, like, so you shoulder your
And-
rifle and
Can Tatsu ready his grenade launcher?
That seems overkill.
I can't
but
tell
okay.
you no. So
Tatsu
make
readies
your make your shot with advantage.
me.
No,
Okay.
him.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
I didn't say I was attacking.
Okay, yeah. Your weapons
on-
are out.
we're on
Probably
ready.
not a terrible
Ron
idea.
readies an action to shake his head.
Cool. So
Noted.
go ahead and I guess roll damage because that's
With
definitely
sneak attack.
yep. Damage is done.
Aw.
Oof. Bad roll, but you all see him move up, aim, fire. It strikes the target right in its head. Doesn't move. It jerks a little bit.
I would like to look up and perceive.
It's a great price. That was actually what I was about to say.
Delicious. The world comes down on you. Perception
Fuck!
1. It looks fine.
I
Man,
see
you should
nothing.
Probably get all that spider web off your face, you know?
Yeah, I've got like 4 inches of spider webs covering my eyes right now. So,
So
I don't know.
it, except for the sound of one brief of the laser gun going off, everything is still quiet. The sound of the waterfall is starting to get a little dimmer as you get further in. The spider doesn't move. Nothing seems to react to the attack.
I would like to posit that I do have this, so if anything does try to surprise us,
So
it's
okay.
not going to work on me.
I'm going to, so first off, okay, cool. You have that, and nothing, no DM, anything can take it away from you. But I will tell you this. Being surprised, you can't be surprised while you're conscious. What that means is you are immune from the surprised condition. Someone can still jump out at you and say boo, and you can still go, and get scared by something, but you will never suffer the effects of the surprised condition. You can still be in a spooky horror game or whatever, but yeah. So that's good to know. You will never deal with that condition.
That's
Essentially,
mostly why I brought it up.
surprised in Dungeons and Dragons, because this is actually an important thing, is a condition where you like freeze up when like combat starts unexpectedly or something. That just means Alden, when combat hits, even if it was like out of nowhere, he's still just ready to go and will take his actions normally. So that's good. But you're still in a spooky spider's nest, and you just shot a dead thing to make sure it was dead, and it appears to be
Alive!
The web's
Kitty.
in there.
dry as hell, brittle.
Okay.
Also, as a note, there is a tiny little bit of smoldering as a room full of very dry web just had fire damage inflicted upon it.
That track.
Nothing's catching yet.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of smoke. Oh, jeez, Kasogo. Hi, buddy.
At least it's full of spider webs and not flour.
I mean,
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
yeah.
Oh no! Why would I say that, Matt?
What a strange
What-
random thing
What
to
would
say.
make you bring such a random thing up?
So strange
I
and
don't
random.
know.
I don't know, 2 cases of dust explosions.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time I lit something full of flour on fire, I'd have 2 nickels.
The day that I play Ray Tog again, that's all I have to say.
Which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Alright. Alton says to the group, I think it might be dead, but we should still be cautious on our approach.
I've looked up and I haven't seen anything.
That's a
I-
very important conversation.
That is an important conversation.
Little face.
I would like to make a perception check to look up. Because that is the
Inspiration for the kitty
You
cat!
have inspiration. You might have saved her character's life.
It's my little kitten, babe.
So, you looked up, you haven't seen anything. There is a path that leads off to the north. Around the corner.
Should I still make the perception check as well, since I also want to look up?
Yeah, you look up, see the roof of a cave.
Oh, whoops, forgot to turn off advantage.
You see the roof of a cave.
Yeah, I don't see much else.
Haran, you said that your device pinged that the keycard that we need is in this direction.
Northeast, it said.
Northeast. So
Since you rolled a whole fucking nat 20 plus bullshit, you got a 30. I'm going to say you have your little wrist computer thing that had the coordinates that it gave you, and you can kind of triangulate where that system thinks you are now compared to where you were at the door, so you can kind of figure out distance a little bit. 20s will get you that. Still more northeast.
No.
Still need more northeast.
No.
So, up the path, I imagine.
Well, there's no point in checking that if your computer says it's not here, so...
Yeah.
Despite whatever might be on it, I don't think it's worth it, Dalton.
You want to get down? Okay.
I don't know. I think you can take it.
Keep an eye out for me, because I'm going to go investigate the corpse of this, or possible corpse of the spider.
I'm just gonna go northeast.
Oh.
No, it's totally.
We appreciate you, Raycon.
Guys, I've worked in a haunted house for too many years.
Don't touch me.
You go up to inspect the corpse, and you see it is a giant spider, and that's it. It is a giant dead spider. There's all the tension of going up to it and like poking it and like making sure it's actually dead. It's actually dead.
Can I investigate to see if it has anything loot-like on it?
Sure.
Bruce,
You found a dead-ass spider.
Hey, it could have eaten something. It could have...
It'll have a magic
meal.
ring in its stomach. Just like every other fucking loot thing in every MMO I've ever played.
You're gonna find that ring, but you need to get way deep up in.
Yeah, why don't you cut it open and sleep inside of it, see if it keeps you warm tonight, okay?
I think it's a little long
bed
dead
on
for
the
that.
The legs start to curl up around.
Very crunchy at this point.
It's quite crunchy. So, no, you go up and there's the whole, like, you spend a minute or two, like, fucking around with it to see if, like, okay, is this really dead? And also, more importantly, you do check in its, like, webs to see if it killed something that may have had loot. I don't know if Alton would have any sympathy for something like a creature like this, but you get the sense from that investigation check that this thing sat in this web and just died there of hunger. Or just time. A hunting creature that never had the opportunity to hunt.
Alton would feel bad about that, because nature is...
Nature's a mean
Nature's
bitch.
death.
Nature is something that Alton has a deeper appreciation for than you might expect.
Nature is death.
Nature is a vicious cycle of life, death, and rebirth.
So it died.
Yeah, and I don't want to think about what's going to come back as later, right now. That's for when we're out of
You
here.
believe in reincarnation, Alton?
Yeah, don't you?
You said north.
The Hell Knight
I'm
actually
sorry.
speaks up
Northeast.
when those two start
Northeast.
speaking to each other.
Northeast, yes.
This time, Chiron starts taking the lead. Sort of. Oh boy. Now there's too many people.
You know that I
Tatsu
have
does his thing
actual
and leaves.
There's
goosebumps
conversations
and chills
happening and they're being
walking
pushed
through
forward.
This fake spider web. Do you know that about me?
What?
You have
That I have
goosebumps.
goosebumps and chills walking through a fake spider web because I fucking hate spiders. This is, of all the impactful moments you've had in this game, I've like my skin's crawling and it's gross and I hate it. It's great. It's fabulous. I just want you to know it's effective.
Excellent. Excellent. Haran, you start feeling like this next path that Tatsu and everybody started going up is definitely the right direction.
Yes. This seems to be the way to go.
Can I make a perception check to try and check this area and look up?
Sure. You sure can.
Tatsu's neck muscles are too thick. He can't.
I see jack all shit.
Perception of 5. This room is particularly, just as the map dictates, it is more laden with web.
Yeah. I'm going to look
Let me adjust our camera because we've moved.
It's even more funny that the person in front rolled a 6.
It is. It's because it's Tatsu. He walks in, it looks fine.
Is it silly because Tatsu always fucks up, or is it amazing that he survived this long?
You are a narrative device.
I cannot agree harder. So Haran got a pretty good perception.
Tatsu, professional plot point.
Tatsu walks in, sees a whole lot of nothing. Haran, not only with the high perception roll, have some murder. Haha. Not only did you roll good on the perception, but you also are the one that has the tracking device. You can... A couple of things happen with what you see.
Okay.
The first thing that occurs is you kind of track over to where the signal should be coming from, and you do find it right about here-ish, and with a pinging.
I see ping. I missed it. What?
It is farther into the room.
Okay, cool. I didn't see it.
Let me try doing this. Is that better?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Different
it's that-
layers.
okay.
So you see there in a more considerable amount of web, something that looks like a cocooned, medium-sized creature that is half exposed, not all the way cocooned, and you can tell from the head leading out to the side and the white hair just falling downward. It's almost certainly a drow. The other things that you notice walking into the room is right above that, there is a form kind of curled up on itself, right above it, in the webs. And there's a little
Twitch,
and you're not done noticing things,
Okay, he will hold up his hand to the stop motion.
which
Everybody.
Tatsu's already
Yeah,
in front of
I-
you,
I'm not- yeah.
Tatsu does not actually see this whole thing. And you also see, ironically, I didn't engineer this to happen this way. This literally just happens that way. Like right over Tatsu's head, off to the side just a little bit, there is a little cluster of creatures there. There's a little cluster of creatures there. Up.
And
Still,
his chandelier that's actually a mimic.
Statsu, wait.
I swear to God, I'm going to just be rolling a new character by next season.
I mean, well, you just run through.
So,
Wait.
what is no? Your wait. What does Tatsu do?
Boom.
Technically, is an option. I
It is.
suppose.
Technically, it's an option.
Yeah, let's do that. Fuck it.
All right.
So you ready? You ready a weapon?
Mm-hmm.
You hear a very quiet, "Don't you dare!" And
this don't you dare talk real. Me well.
the thing that Haran noticed in the first place unfolds itself from the ceiling.
Oh, jeez.
That would be very rude of a guest.
Jeez, it's the fuzz.
No. Very much not.
Can we still move freely, or do you want us to stop moving?
So you can move freely. For now.
Builder's gonna move up next to Tatsu then, and look at this creature, and say,
If we're guests, then you would be extending your hand in hospitality and all that entails, correct?
If there is violence in my house, I will retaliate. Yes.
And as long as there's not, then you won't, correct?
Whose fucking phone was that? It was really loud. I could not make a joke.
My ears are bleeding.
As long as you are amenable in my home. Yes. And unfolding itself and going down to the floor on level with you now is a big drider. That thing. Everybody in this thing knows exactly what a drider is, but if anyone in the audience does not, it is essentially the equivalent of a centaur, except the top half is drow and the bottom half is a spider. This one, notably male, and similar to one that you may have seen in a thing that we've all played recently, a good half of the head is extra eyes that don't all look like they work the way they're supposed to. This is and Fee knows instinctually. Not only is this creature created in service to and in the image of a goddess she particularly dislikes, it may or may not be the enemy thereof. It is also a creature that is frequently in perpetual pain because they're kind of mutated and warped into this shape.
Even better.
Ripley, start the.
Tatsu, for the time being, I think it'd be best to not fire the weapon.
Nobody lets me ever have any fun, and he just kind of stows it behind him.
You notice these spiders move this way when you put the weapon away, adding a little bit of distance between you and them.
Alden kind of gets up behind Builder and kind of whispers to him, to them, and says, "See if we can get the key card and be on our merry way."
You've been down here a while, I gather.
I have. Long enough to see my kinfolk abandon their purpose and serve masters that I find distasteful.
When you say that, that actually piques something in Builder's head.
Mm-hmm.
That idea of what you just said intrigues me very much because I believe that it means that we might have a common enemy. Did the masters that your people come to serve, did they begin whispering in their ear, promising them power, pulling them away from their goddess?
The Drider does this thing where it's an insectoid creature, so it's inherently gross and eerie to look at. Fee particularly. Fee has that feeling on the back of her neck that it's already not good. And it intensifies when this thing moves. Builder explains in details. Actually, a little more information I think the players have heard from Builder so far about his enemy. And it just moves forward just a little bit, but it's not moving forward 5 feet just a little bit. It's the head jerks and pays attention and then kind of twitches its way to focus entirely on Builder.
At that, Builder will kind of hold his hands down, no weapon currently, but hold his hands down in a gesture to let Alton and Tatsu know to kind of stay in a way, and he will kind of match the Drider, slowly approaching as if in a non-threatening manner.
Okay.
As soon as he starts to move very quietly over the comms, Fee will just be very careful. These creatures are not known for their sanity.
I'm going to make Fee make a small check here. The DC is rather low, but give me a stealth check because you're trying to speak very quietly in a quiet room.
Let Fee's gonna get basically nothing back from Builder. You've seen Builder kind of focus on these kinds of creatures and this kind of thing.
So it's the first one. Heavy armor doesn't apply here. You do the drow thing and you manage to speak in subvocal tones and it gets across the comms just fine.
I accidentally rolled a nat 20. Oh, it just automatically did heavy armor because I'm wearing it.
You are?
It wasn't even me. I clicked all my buttons
You
properly.
rolled
Yay!
You rolled at disadvantage because of heavy armor, yes.
Yeah.
There's no indication of whether or not Builder hurt you.
Okay.
When it
Fair
comes
enough.
to these conversations, they get a little engrossed.
These creatures, my people, began to hunt them long ago. I come here now, partially to stop them. This is what they're about to do.
You come to slay gods from the stars.
I've done it before. I intend to once again.
For Fee, it's like a horror movie because in like about a second, maybe half of a second, spider goes from here to here. It's like horror here, there. Although it's silent. It's completely silent. And Tatsu, you are muted.
Tatsu just kind of automatically.
Okay. But stops.
Builder still holding his hands down, takes the step right up and gets right up in its face and says,
I'm not currently what I used to be, but when I was, These things didn't want to mess with me. I fully intend to take my last actions defeating them.
Tatsu notices that right next to them, Chiron absolutely has the bow out, arrow knocked, lowered, very ready for something. The Drider doesn't take any like actions or like offensive anything, but it kind of like build. How tall is Builder again? Pretty tall. You're like 10 some or 7 foot tall,
Yeah.
something like that.
He's pretty tall, like 7'8".
Spider's real big, so it like actively like kind of shrinks in on itself, creepy like, and like lowers itself down to like meet your gaze. If you are an enemy to the false gods, the old ones, I would like to see the chaos you would bring. Have you seen one of them? I have seen one of them.
I have seen one of them. I fear, my friend, that your organic matter has had trouble seeing them. I feel it has hurt you more than it should.
Bane and I are an old friend. They were such small things. Thin. They float above the ground, as if they need not walk. They wear. It waves, it like the first time it's moved its hand in something that could even potentially be a move, but it like waves its hand in front of its face as if to gesture. They hide themselves behind long masks and talk of the oldest of gods. But they speak silence. It is just within the mind. All of the goddess's followers left this place. All but him. Gestures back to the cocooned drow that has clearly been exsanguinated.
You both must have had an immense mental fortitude to withstand them. Their whispers creep into the edges of your mind like a poison that has no cure. I'm aware of how they operate.
A poison requires a vessel in which to function. Something that it can enter and afflict. You cannot pour a poison into a cracked face.
The ones on the other side of the door, leading from this chasm. They seek to work with those creatures, or are at the very least being manipulated by them. If we could barter or come to an agreement of a way to get that door open so that we could stop that, you would not only have allies, but potentially something to sate your, what I assume is an immense hunger.
What have you to barter with?
Lifts up Alton. Snacks.
That is one thing I will not allow, actually.
I was gonna say, like, I've allowed a lot of stupid shit tonight. That one I'm going to assume is a joke until instructed otherwise.
It has always been my experience when bartering with the host of the house that the host makes demands and the guests listen. What would you take from us that is not our lives?
I would take 2 things. Food and knowledge. Knowledge of the state outside this cavern. And something to fill my belly.
The Chili Mac.
I feel like Tatsu would just, like, say that into the comms really
for sure.
quiet. That I'm going to
One
allow.
of them. One of your requests I can tend to immediately. We came from the outside, traveled through your fortress. We found many had left in a quick manner as you described. Overgrown, but not overrun. Your fortress lays mostly intact. It seems that you have orcish tribes taking over parts of the area around, but no one has dared incur on this fortress yet. We came through this manner seeking a more strategic path to our goal, a stealthier path. As for the food, I do not require such sustenance, but my companions have assured me that this is suitable nourishment.
And
The highest of standards.
I will pull out a bag
Best
of
money
chili
can
mac.
buy.
I will pull out a bag of chili mac and offer it to the drider, which is a sentence that I feel like I need on a shirt at this point.
Tattoo it onto your body. So here's
Just a bag of Chili Mac, and then it says Drider approved.
Builder. Oh, social character.
I am so
Persuasion check.
I would like to assist in the endeavor of convincing the trader to take
No.
Chili Mac.
I'm not allowing that at all. Not this time.
All right,
Fair enough.
I'm getting ready to push this button.
Mhm.
I want everyone to be aware that I do have a +1.
Oh. That's 3 more points than I thought you had in this.
Here we go. It's not a 1.
It's not a 1. It's not below a 10 either. The Drider is sitting and listening to you describe the state of the world
I would
around
go
it.
into more detail as we've gone from pod
And you hold
crash
up
landing to here.
this MRE, basically.
Right.
I'm going to say both Tatsu and Chiron probably twitch. Feed doesn't have a choice, but definitely twitches, because the thing is super still listening to you and just takes the thing from your hand very fast and it just like keeps listening for a while, and then while it's still like looking at you, opens its mouth, and they're not like regular teeth. They're all like that fang on the end of a spider mandible. Every tooth it has is that it's just all pointed.
We already had that meme
fangs.
today, didn't we?
Yeah, and it takes a bite, and then makes a face like it hates everything about what is in its mouth. And then, within the span of 3 seconds, it eats the whole thing. Snap, 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 snap. Not in a I'm enjoying food kind of way. It's violent. If anyone has ever seen anyone eat something that they hate, but are starving and just need something in their guts, that's it. And the tattered papers fall down, and it looks first at Tatsu, Chiron, spends a long time looking at Alton.
The chili mac's great, right?
Alton is bite size. That's why he looks at Alton.
Oh, wait.
I find this offering honest, at least. You have earned a measure of hospitality. What do you require in my home?
We believe that your companion possesses a means to open that door. We would ask.
Without even waiting for you to finish the thing, again, at speed that is way too uncomfortable, skitters over here, reaches down, grabs the hanging white hair, and just, without even trying to pull it down, skitters all the way back over to you. Instantly, it rips free doing it, and the body is like drug violently across the floor, and it is deposited right at Builder's feet. It actually like hits the ground, skids, rolls, and a very dead, dry shoulder thunks against what would be the equivalent of his boot.
That's not awkward.
Do I have permission to search the corpse of your friend for the item that we require?
Only with the understanding that this was not my friend. As they start to ascend back up into the web. This was a traitor to the goddess. One who longed after the old gods that do not belong on these worlds. He got what was coming to him.
In that case,
The Drider, in that sense, literally goes up and up. And it's a dark cavern. And the ceiling's a little taller than you thought it was. Up into the shadows, where you all pretty much think you know where it's at. Fee knows exactly where the motherfucker's at.
Yes, you do.
Builder will say in
With her Drydar.
God fucking damn it. That was good. That was good, though.
It was solid. It was solid.
if it is no friend of yours but enemy to us both, then in that case,
and Builder will, not with the same speed as the Drider, but with a force, plunge both hands into the chest cavity and rip open the cocoon to find this key card as fast as possible.
Okay.
Fee makes a tiny little noise because
Investigation
she's pretty
check.
sure that this Drider means this was a follower This is the follower of Ilastrei whose token she found in the bed sheets.
So you would very much understand in this particular situation that this thing is a follower of Loth. The drow in that is dead in front of you was not that. That line of logic is not actually the case. This drow, and probably most of the drow in the base, apparently abandoned Loth for
The others.
whatever it is Builder is fighting.
Cool. That's nice.
That's how Builder took it to mean anyway.
Yep, that is correct.
So 16 investigation.
16 investigation, you find a couple of things. One, you do find a key card. It is exactly the thing that you're probably looking for. You find several other things.
Well, that is also fun. I assume this dusty corpse. I turn and look for Haran behind me and hold out the key card, while continuing with one hand to dig through this chest cavity.
You know what? I'm going to make this be, Oh, man. Let me actually open up the window. I'm going to just give this shit straight to Builder himself. Here's what you find on that corpse.
I like stuff.
Then I will walk up and take the key card.
It's a little... There's a little card on the lanyard.
Yep.
Oh, it's Freya.
Covered in ichor.
Dry ichor.
Even if I give her her own frickin' spotlight, she's just a void.
Good dog.
Alton says, on the note of the gracious host of the home, I respectfully say, and Alton points at the corpse that Builder is
Don't make
investigating.
Don't,
Oh no, I'm not.
Dear God, don't make a joke.
No, trust me.
You
Fuck that guy and fuck the old gods that are.
don't.
Alton just says, fuck that guy and fuck the old gods. We'll take care of this problem.
No. No.
So everybody tenses when he speaks.
Fucking hate you.
Everybody tenses when he speaks. And the cavern is eerily, completely silent. There isn't a response at all. It's, if you didn't know better, it feels like there's nothing there. Except this cat that's trying to destroy my couch. Hold, please. Child, why do you do this? Why do you do this?
That is a gremlin. Of
That
chaos.
is this is a goblin.
That's the goblin face.
This
for
is the
sure.
goblin. Here you
That goblin's off limits.
With the pillaging of this dusty old corpse
Mhm.
complete, and not wanting to anger the Drider that has given us passage, Builder will look up to where he saw the thing disappear, knowing that it is probably not there anymore. But he will look up into that dark void above him and say,
go. Sorry. It was so
Builder will begin to meow like a cat.
It's pretty good.
He will look up into the void and just say,
When our business is done, know that the doors will be open from this place. But in the meantime, should you choose to stay,
and he'll take out a couple more packs of the MREs and set them aside next to the corpse and just continue to say,
I know that they are sustenance only, but they should let you last longer.
and then Builder will slowly turn with
Yeah.
the stuff and begin to leave the room.
Okay.
Turning his back as a sign of respect
Mhm.
and trust, by the way.
Chiron does not turn his back. He backs up for style. out of the room. As everybody begins leaving.
She is actually watching everybody leave from where she stands. She can see that.
So, who uses short swords, studded leather armor, and pistols?
I use pistols.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I've never seen you once use a pistol.
Like,
But
a
you could.
handful of times I have used my pistol.
It's a rarity, but it does happen.
I've seen grenade launchers. I've seen your Nakanata. I've seen.
Does have a pistol.
Javelin.
It's a very.
weapons. Shut up.
So, Builder will hold up as the out of the room. We're not doing this in the room.
Yeah.
Just as a note. I don't know how you want to move it around. Probably in this little corridor. Builder will hold up what appears to be drow leather studded armor, looking at Fee and saying,
I know it's not technically your style, but it seems to fit you best. If you're interested.
She will look at it and say, well, you know, if we ever needed to be sneaky, it would certainly be quieter than this. And she'll, like, jingle her scale mail.
Heavy armor.
Is that because it's made of hide?
God damn it.
Boom.
See, Alton, that's how you make a joke. It does not offend it doesn't offend anybody.
So, no, I didn't realize that was in character until I was like, he even did it in Haran's cadence. Oh, wait, it's a real joke. And you take your fucking inspiration. Haran made a fucking joke. It's the first time it's ever happened.
That was
Stupidity
beautiful.
isn't a crime, so I guess you're free to go.
Sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I did not actually hear you.
I said stupidity isn't a crime, so I guess you're free to go.
Yeah, that's why I'm smarter than you.
Okay, let's move on, please.
Yes, thank you, Builder. I will take that, indeed. And she'll take it and tuck it
and
into
then-
her gear.
I will look at, I will hold up a +1 adamantine short sword and a drow pistol.
I would like the short sword. I can use short swords.
I don't have a use for these. I want to make sure they get to the most effective person.
I can cut people up real good with a short sword.
I prefer a long sword.
Same.
I have a weapons pro. Just this.
Alton, catch.
And Builder will throw Alton the adamantine +1 short sword.
Yay! Thank you.
I will spend time adding these things to your inventory after the game tonight.
Thank you.
Yay!
The pistol, on the other hand, I think there are a number of people that could use a ranged option. I have no desire to stay away from the fray.
I don't currently have a ranged, a non-magical way of attacking at range.
And I will say, Fee, you have seen... Oh boy, have you seen this weapon around. It's pretty standard. It's definitely... It's not and it's not really aligned to Lolth at all. It is just of drow make. And it's one of those pistols that, you know, follow the typical Nixian design of... They might not...
It's got green writing, so it's probably got an element to it.
Yeah, you know, yeah, it does have, it is green, and it is a weapon that might not necessarily do the maximum damage, but it will cause more pain.
I probably should add something like this to my arsenal. If you're feeling very sad about it, Tatsu, I can offer you this great axe.
I'm good.
Then
Well, Fee, here you go.
So, just for my notes later that I will be able to keep track of, Fee gets leather armor
Gets
and the pistol,
armor and the pistol.
and Alton gets the short sword. Okay.
Yep.
So,
And I can remind you if you forget, if you don't
Okay.
get a chance to add it right away.
I'll probably do it right after we're done here, which is actually coming up in a pretty,
What kind of weapon is this pistol considered?
Pew pew.
pew pew.
Simple, martial?
Bang. It's a hand crossbow.
It is a hand crossbow, which is normally like kind of an exotic sort of thing. You're a drow. You have proficiency. This is one of those things that you have proficiency. This is a racial proficiency sort of thing.
Wonderful. Then Fee takes it, looks at it in her hands, it's been a long time since I've had to have one of these.
You kind of hate the fact that it feels familiar and that you definitely know that you can use it.
Oh yeah. I feel
So-
like it's something she was trained to use to keep people in line.
You guys spend a little
I like
bit
how
of time.
you approach that as like an old police officer, I gotta use one of these again. Like you're back on the force.
I just retired.
And suddenly I'm back.
So
Great, these assholes again.
what I'm going to say occurs is you guys spend some time checking around and discover that you have in fact explored the entirety of this little cave. And there is nowhere else to go except back to the door. And I'm not even going to make you drag your tokens around to do it. We're going to say that you guys eventually make your way back to the door. Haran has the key. I assume he uses it.
I'm the key master.
You are the key master.
I am the key master.
You hold it up. The actuator goes off on both the door and on your computer. And the door lets out like a hydraulic hiss and very slowly grinds at first and then more smoothly opens up to a open door of a stone pathway leading steeper upward into the mountain. And on your little wrist computer, it says that you have gained entry into the Black Rock Foundry. And that is almost certainly where we are going to end this lovely thing tonight.
We made it finally.
Without time.
We've been trying to get here for months.
You have.
IRL.
You
Good
have.
news.
Good
Guys,
news,
now
everyone.
when I'm like,
News,
hey, I'm
everyone.
going to be helpful without magic, I'm not going to run in and take it to the face like certain Dragonborn.
Ah!
No, you'll
the
just
face.
take it to a face the different way.
Well, yeah, but consensually, it's different.
that puts things in a really weird light. Thanks, everyone. This has been D&D Galactic. They didn't die. They didn't die. It got close at some points.
All right, so tell me, Tug, I gotta know, honestly, now that we're past it and we're not going back.
Mm.
Well, actually, I guess we could technically go back, but
You know, well,
bridge,
I'll
was it ever
entertain
gonna
a question.
Or was the bridge ever gonna fall, or were you just making us work for it? I have to know.
Do you have?
I have to know.
I will read exactly my notes that I have prepared. Where is it?
Amazing.
Where is it?
Builder's gonna fall.
Area 9, big waterfall. Can use bridge. Parentheses. Make it creak and very uncomfortable. Maybe athletics check. Those are my notes.
I love that. I love that for us.
Those
Thank
are
you.
great notes.
Perfect.
And
perfect.
that's the last time, well, maybe not the last time you get to see behind the screen, but yes, will I take things more narratively than
I
rolls all
love
the
that our
time? Sure.
notes are similar when we run games. with each
Is
other.
it? Nice. Well,
Sometimes my favorite thing is just to add question marks to my notes. Just like 3 question marks in a row. Like, I don't know, we'll figure it out.
Actually, as I will, since we're not in the area anymore, I'll give you this fun fact. You know the little area that you found that had the little Lolth statue?
Mm-hmm.
I had 0 notes for what the fuck was in there. I made that whole thing up on the fly, and it was a 20-minute side thing.
Amazing.
I had no. I was like, oh fuck, I forgot that room. Oh, what would be there? Behind the scenes. So that is episode 15 of this run. We have finally made it to the Mega Dungeon.
Jen, I hate everything about that comic, and you're ashamed about it.
Oh no.
He does.
I'll go have to read that later. But thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get to the Mega Dungeon next time.